In 2018, we embarked on the journey of a lifetime, living and traveling full-time in our self-converted van.
We're gonna go for it.
Join us as we continue to explore the beauty around us, one adventure at a time.
You may recognize this shot. We have been here before. Today we are in Florida. We're at Carrie's cousin's house where we were at a couple of months ago. And this time we are house setting and watching animals for the week. And I have to admit, it is nice to be in one spot, not having to worry about driving for a whole week. And we can get stuff sent here that we've needed for a while and haven't been able to mail. So we're gonna be watching animals and we're gonna be doing an improvement on the van. Stay tuned for more of those details.
Hey Dave,
Yeah.
I got a notification. There's packages at the gate.
Oh, that's what I've been waiting for to start my project, if that's what I think it is. Oh,
Better go get them.
Let's go check it out.
Even retrieving the packages is fun. And that's what you do if you have a super long driveway. That's what I was hoping to see, and I'm betting quite a few of you can guess what is in those boxes, but that's what I've been waiting for.
Solar panels?
Solar panels.
I want to show you a before and after shot of what we're working on here. So let's climb up the ladder and take a look. All right, there is the top of our van and the roof rack. It's all stained, ready to go. And we're going to be adding 3 more solar panels. So 300 watts plus the 2 we already have. But these 300 watts we're going to put on a hinge system so we can tilt them toward the sun.
We ain't got no more food, guys. You ate it all. No! Yes! Riddle got in trouble. Now he's slinking off to Dad. He doesn't get in trouble very often, but... It's time to collect the chicken eggs, and this is a scary job because there's a mama goose in there and she's sitting on some eggs. And of course, all of the chickens have decided to lay their eggs right by her. She's coming to get some eggs. I know. I know. You're not gonna hiss at me today? I know. I'm just getting the chicken eggs. Thank you. Thank you for not biting me. Normally, the geese and the duck have a seasonal pond to play in, but wintertime in Florida is dry time in Florida. So until the rains come, we have to make do with the blue kiddie pool. My turn, my turn, my turn, my turn, my turn, my turn, my turn. My turn, my turn. Come on, man, is it my turn? My turn, my turn, my turn. I don't understand why they like this pool. It's my turn, finally. Geo is a bearded dragon. He is extremely spiky, but such a magnificent creature. He usually likes to eat live food, bugs and worms and such. But thankfully this week I didn't have to do that duty, and he is eating yellow squash. He's super friendly and likes to be held, although I'm not quite brave enough to do that. Prince Edmund is a purebred Holland Lop bunny. Of course, he loves carrots and anything green. And then we have kitty number 1, kitty number 2, kitty number 3 playing the drums, kitty number 4, and kitty number 5 is behind the couch. And this is Finn and Annie. And now you've met all the animals on Old MacDonald's farm. E-I-E-I-O. Time to go get the mail. This is a hard job. Riddle and I are off on a solo adventure today. Dave and I already have our passports so that we can go into Canada, and today we're going to get this boy's passport, so to speak. He's got to get his rabies shot. He is due this year. Once he has that, and he's up to date on his shots, we should be clear to enter the Canadian border. All right, Riddle, let's go. Sometimes it can be difficult to find vet care when we're on the road because we're constantly moving. So I carry all of Riddle's records with me, and when we leave this appointment, they will print this out. What do you think, Riddle? He's a little nervous this morning. It's also super important that you keep your dog up on the rabies vaccine. We will be leaving with a rabies certificate today. Because we're gonna cross into the border of Canada, that will be necessary. Also, while we're out traveling, dogs will be dogs sometimes, and sometimes they will bite other dogs, and sometimes they will unfortunately bite humans. And if that happens and your dog does not have the rabies certificate, they will confiscate your dog. They will quarantine your dog, sometimes for up to 2 weeks. And there's no way that I'm gonna let them take him away from me. So we definitely keep up on our rabies vaccination. And our rabies certificate.
Good boy.
For a year.
Good boy, Riddle. Say, what did you do it to me?
Here, yellow
Munch up the snoots. Good boy.
All right.
Yay, Riddle. Good night, Gio. Good night, Bunny. Good night, kitty kitty.
Okay, my first step is to sandwich and connect all three of these panels together. And you can see I've already got this one done. This one here is the next one, and what I'm using is drawer slides. I think that's what they are. I'm gonna repurpose them. They're gonna slide underneath here, one on each side, and then I will bolt them together to sandwich them nice and tight. I may have to add some extra support here on the edges, just where the two solar panels on the outside are. And if this doesn't make much sense, it will once it's on the roof of the van, and I'll show you that. All right, I got these together. They're pretty tight. I do feel just a little bit of flex, not much. So when I add a little bit of support right here and then right here, possibly in the middle of each one of these. We'll see how it goes. And I'm just going to use aluminum, try to keep it light, and hopefully that will do it. One thing to remember, anytime you're drilling into a solar panel, make sure you got a piece of wood underneath it when you drill holes, because if you hit the panel, you're going to break it. So I need to find my piece of wood right here, and I've got a piece of cardboard underneath it just to make sure it's not going to scratch anything, and I'll be able to drill right down into it and add this metal. This next step is done. I added these little aluminum flat bar braces, and I just bought the aluminum flat bar at Ace Hardware, and that seemed to did the trick. I was going to add another one down the middle here, or maybe a couple across, but it doesn't need it. There's almost no flex to it when I pick it up with just one hand. So that means the next step, I'll start adding some angle iron, and then it's time to haul it out to the van and mount it on the roof. All right, all the solar panels are put together, currently have some straps on them, and this is going to be the hardest part. We're gonna lift these solar panels together over to the van, which you might be able to see behind me just outside the door, and we're gonna hoist it to the roof and then bolt it on. So the hardest part is getting it up to the roof because it's heavy, it's bulky. We don't wanna damage the panels or the van. Let's see how this goes. All right, let's go up on the roof and check out the solar panel job. It is almost finished, and I'll show you what I mean in a second about that. So on the other side and this side, there's pins. And all I gotta do is pull out this keeper holder, pull out this clevis pin, and that's what it looks like. You can buy these at any hardware store, and you can use however thickness you want, and you can cut off the rest of it if you don't need it. But that makes it really easy to release, and then I just give it a little push up and the whole thing goes up.
A 1-minute recap of how this project is going.
Not so good. So I should have spent a lot more time reinforcing the corners, and if I would have started with an idea of building a frame first and then mounting everything to the frame, including the hinges and the struts, I think it would have been a lot easier and cheaper than keep trying to reinforce it.
So what happened?
It actually pulled the frame apart on one of the solar panels, so I had to put it back together and brace it.
I thought we were gonna break it, right?
Yeah, almost broke the panel. So this is one of those things that you learn from your mistakes, and next time I know how to do it.
And how many days in a row is this going on?
Oh gosh, 4 or 5 in total. And I don't even want to tell you how much money I spent on hardware trying to brace this thing all together.
And if it doesn't work?
If it doesn't work, we're mounting it flat to the deck, and it's just not going to pivot, but I'm not giving up on it yet.
You are being very persistent about it tilting.
Yes, I think we're going to need it eventually, because we always wanted our solar panels outside to tilt, especially when we go north, especially Canada, or maybe Alaska.
All right, so you're doing the last step right now. What are you doing?
All right, so right now I'm putting I got a total of 4 struts, and I'm putting the 4 struts in, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see if we can open and shut it without it being too much stress on the panels. And then we do have to put a latch system in so we can latch it down, otherwise it's going to want to stay up where it is right now.
And bracing the corners was lots of fun on the roof?
Yeah, this would have been a piece of cake if I had done it all in the shop. I didn't realize there was going to be that much stress on the corners. They're just glued in too, so they're not even attached. It's just glue.
But the good news is the solar's all hooked up and working.
It is working, yeah.
Our battery's been 100% since we've got it hooked up.
Yeah, we haven't been able to test it out because we've had too much power. So once the battery gets almost full, it reduces the amount of solar it can take in at one time. So we don't know.
We know it's taken more than 200 watts, so we know it's working.
We know it's working.
If you would like to support our channel, please consider becoming a patron, or check out our new merchandise at oneadvantureatatime.com. We also have stickers available in our website store. Thank you for watching.